Cut out the middleman. Welcome to Be a Baby Billionaire. A middleman, also known as a broker or intermediary, is a third-party entity that facilitates transactions between two or more parties. In business contexts, middlemen typically operate between producers or suppliers and consumers or end users. They play various roles in the transaction process, including connecting buyers with sellers, negotiating deals, handling logistics, and providing additional services such as marketing or financing. Middlemen can take many forms, including wholesalers, retailers, distributors, agents, brokers, and commission agents. Their primary function is to streamline the exchange of goods or services by bridging the gap between producers and consumers. While middlemen can offer convenience and efficiency, they also introduce complexities and costs into the supply chain, which businesses must carefully manage, because they too expect to get paid to make a living. Disadvantages to having a middleman. Disadvantage 1. Increased costs. When middlemen are involved in business transactions, they typically add their own markup or fees to the products or services they handle. This additional cost is passed on to consumers, leading to higher prices. For producers or suppliers, the presence of middlemen means reduced profit margins, as a portion of the revenue generated from sales goes to the intermediaries. These increased costs can make products less competitive in the marketplace and may deter potential customers from making purchases. Furthermore, the added expenses incurred from working with middlemen can impact the overall financial health of businesses, especially smaller enterprises with limited resources. Disadvantage 2. Lack of control. Introducing middlemen into the transaction process means relinquishing some level of control over various aspects of the business. Whether it's distribution channels, customer interactions, or branding strategies, businesses may find themselves dependent on the decisions and actions of intermediaries. This lack of direct oversight can lead to situations where the interests of the middlemen may not align with those of the producers or suppliers. As a result, businesses may find it challenging to ensure consistency in customer experience, maintain brand integrity, or enforce specific business policies and standards. Disadvantage 3. Communication issues. Middlemen act as intermediaries between parties involved in a transaction, which can sometimes result in communication breakdowns or misunderstandings. Information may be misinterpreted or misrepresented as it passes through multiple channels, leading to errors or confusion. These communication issues can cause delays in transactions, create friction between parties, or even result in the loss of business opportunities. Effective communication becomes crucial in mitigating these risks, but the involvement of middlemen adds a layer of complexity to the process. Disadvantage 4. Dependency. Relying on middlemen for critical business functions can create a dependency that leaves businesses vulnerable to disruptions or changes in the intermediary's operations. Whether it's logistics, distribution, or sales channels, businesses may become reliant on the expertise or resources provided by middlemen. Any issues or shortcomings on the part of the intermediaries can directly impact the operations and performance of the business. This dependency can be particularly problematic if businesses have limited alternatives or face challenges in finding alternative middlemen or distribution channels. Disadvantage 5. Reduced profit margins. Middlemen typically take a percentage of the revenue generated from transactions as their commission or fees. This reduces the overall profitability for producers or suppliers, as they must share a portion of their earnings with the intermediaries. For businesses operating on thin profit margins, the presence of middlemen can significantly eat into their bottom line, making it harder to sustain operations or reinvest in growth initiatives. Furthermore, intense competition in many industries may limit businesses' ability to pass on these costs to consumers through higher prices, further squeezing their profit margins. Disadvantage 6. Quality concerns. Middlemen may prioritize their own profits over the quality of the products or services they handle. In some cases, they may seek cheaper or lower quality goods to maximize their margins, compromising on quality standards. This can tarnish the reputation of the producers or suppliers whose products are being sold through the middlemen. Customers who receive subpar or defective products may hold the brand responsible, leading to reputational damage and potential loss of trust. Maintaining quality control becomes challenging when products pass through multiple intermediaries, as businesses have less visibility and oversight over the entire supply chain. Disadvantage 7. Delayed transactions. Transactions involving middlemen may take longer to complete due to the additional coordination required between multiple parties. Whether it's negotiating terms, processing orders, or handling logistics, each step in the transaction process introduces potential delays. These delays can frustrate both buyers and sellers, leading to dissatisfaction and possibly impacting future business relationships. In fast-paced industries or markets with high demand, delays in transactions can result in missed opportunities or lost sales. Businesses must carefully manage their relationships with middlemen to minimize delays and ensure efficient transaction processing. Disadvantage 8. Limited market access. Middlemen may control access to certain markets or customer segments, limiting the reach of producers or suppliers. Whether it's due to exclusive distribution agreements, geographic restrictions, or market dominance, intermediaries may act as gatekeepers, determining which products or brands gain entry into specific markets. This can pose significant challenges for businesses looking to expand their reach or penetrate new markets. Without direct access to customers, businesses may struggle to grow their sales or compete effectively against rivals who have established relationships with key middlemen. Disadvantage 9. Brand dilution. Middlemen play a crucial role in shaping the perception of a brand among consumers. Their actions, marketing efforts, and customer interactions can influence how a brand is perceived in the market. However, if middlemen prioritize their own interests over those of the brand they represent, it can lead to brand dilution. This may manifest in various forms, such as inconsistent messaging, mismatched brand positioning, or poor customer experiences. Brand dilution can erode brand equity over time, making it harder for businesses to command premium prices, attract loyal customers, or differentiate themselves from competitors. Disadvantage 10. Information asymmetry. Middlemen often have access to more information about market dynamics, pricing trends, or customer preferences than producers or suppliers. This information asymmetry can put businesses at a disadvantage when negotiating terms with middlemen or making strategic decisions about pricing, product development, or marketing. Without accurate and timely information, businesses may struggle to anticipate market changes, respond to competitive threats, or identify new growth opportunities. This imbalance in information can weaken businesses' bargaining power and hinder their ability to achieve their objectives effectively. Disadvantage 11. Conflict of interest. Middlemen may have competing interests that conflict with those of the parties they represent. For example, they may prioritize their own profits or relationships with certain suppliers over the best interests of their clients. This conflict of interest can lead to ethical dilemmas, compromised decision-making, or even legal disputes. Businesses must be vigilant in identifying and addressing potential conflicts of interest when engaging with middlemen to safeguard their interests and ensure fair and transparent dealings. Establishing clear contractual agreements and monitoring the performance of middlemen can help mitigate the risks associated with conflicts of interest. Disadvantage 12. Risk of misrepresentation. Middlemen act as representatives of the products or services they handle, conveying information to buyers on behalf of the producers or suppliers. However, there is a risk that middlemen may misrepresent or exaggerate the features, benefits, or quality of the products or services to secure sales or maximize their profits. This can lead to customer dissatisfaction, returns, or even legal liabilities if the misrepresentation is deemed fraudulent or deceptive. Businesses must establish clear communication channels with middlemen and provide them with accurate and up-to-date information to minimize the risk of misrepresentation. Regular monitoring and feedback mechanisms can also help identify and address any instances of misrepresentation promptly. Disadvantage 13. Difficulty in differentiation. When products or services pass through multiple intermediaries before reaching end customers, it can be challenging for businesses to differentiate themselves from competitors. Middlemen may offer similar products or brands, making it harder for businesses to stand out and capture the attention of consumers. Furthermore, middlemen may impose restrictions or limitations on how products are marketed or promoted, further limiting businesses' ability to differentiate themselves effectively. Businesses must focus on developing unique value propositions, cultivating strong brand identities, and leveraging alternative distribution channels to differentiate themselves in competitive markets. Disadvantage 14. Inefficiency. Middlemen can introduce inefficiencies into the supply chain, resulting in delays, errors, or additional costs. Whether it's due to cumbersome processes, poor coordination, or outdated technology, inefficiencies can hinder the overall productivity and performance of businesses. Inefficient supply chains can lead to stockouts, excess inventory, missed delivery deadlines, or poor customer service experiences. Businesses must continuously evaluate and optimize their supply chain processes to identify and eliminate inefficiencies. This may involve streamlining workflows, investing in technology solutions, or renegotiating contracts with middlemen to improve overall efficiency and effectiveness. Disadvantage 15. Loss of customer relationships. Direct relationships between producers or suppliers and end customers are essential for building trust, loyalty, and brand advocacy. However, when middlemen are involved in transactions, these direct relationships may be weakened or lost altogether. Customers may interact primarily with middlemen rather than the original producers or suppliers, reducing opportunities for businesses to engage directly with their target audience. This loss of direct customer relationships can make it harder for businesses to gather feedback, address customer needs, or deliver personalized experiences. Businesses must find ways to maintain or strengthen their connections with customers even when intermediaries are involved to preserve brand loyalty and drive long-term success. Disadvantage 16. Lack of transparency. Middlemen may not always provide transparent information about transactions, pricing, or terms to the parties they represent. This lack of transparency can create uncertainty, mistrust, or even disputes between buyers and sellers. Businesses may find it challenging to verify the accuracy of information provided by middlemen or to hold them accountable for their actions. Without transparency, businesses may face challenges in making informed decisions, assessing risks, or evaluating the performance of middlemen. Establishing clear communication channels, setting expectations up front, and implementing robust reporting mechanisms can help promote transparency and accountability in dealings with middlemen. Disadvantage 17. Legal issues. Middlemen may engage in unethical or illegal practices that expose businesses to legal risks or liabilities. Whether it's fraud, breach of contract, or violation of regulatory requirements, businesses may find themselves embroiled in legal disputes as a result of the actions of their intermediaries. These legal issues can be costly, time-consuming, and damaging to the reputation of businesses. Businesses may face lawsuits, regulatory investigations, fines, or even criminal charges if their intermediaries engage in unlawful conduct. Time for the soft question. In your opinion, do you think cutting out the middleman will help bring down the cost of goods and services? In what other ways will it help consumers? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. This may help our viewers learn, grow, and hopefully benefit from it. Thank you for sharing. Subscribe with us and learn. If you find the information in this video valuable, please subscribe to watch more videos like this and also share it with family and friends. Your support will help us create many more high-quality videos like this. Please hit the like button and the notification bell to be notified. There's more waiting to be learned in our next video. Please click on these 2 videos shown here to explore even more. The contents of this video are for educational and informational purposes only. Thank you for watching.